Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Got another Magic Review for you. It's kind of a download, because you do get download instructions, but you also get a deck of cards. And this is probably a gaff deck that you don't have. Now, I've been familiar with this deck for a while. I even tried to make one myself one time with a paper cutter. That didn't work out very well. But if you've ever been a fan of the Svengali deck, this is kind of like a brother or sister or long distant relative of the Svengali deck. This is the Mene Tekel deck project from Big Blind Media. And while you're here, and before we get into the review, please like this video and hit the subscribe button right underneath that. That is the best way that you can support me and say thank you to me for what we do here at the channel. When I look at the YouTube statistics, most of you, the majority of people have never subscribed to this channel. That is the best way to show your appreciation for my channel and for what I do. That would be great, and I would thank you so much for that. Another way you can support me is down below in my Teespring store. You can click any one of those t-shirts and it'll take you to the store. You can purchase the shirt I'm wearing, which is my Magic Orthodoxy logo shirt, or any of the other shirts or things that are in my apparel store. That'd be great, thanks. All right, so the Mene Tekel deck project. You're like, what is that? What is Mene Tekel? M-E-N-E-T-E-K-E-L. It was actually first introduced to me in Bible class. This is from Daniel chapter 5 of the Bible. It's like an interpretation that's been written on the wall, and the king sees it, and he brings someone in and says, hey, can you read this wall for me? And it says Mene Tekel across the wall, which means you have been weighed and found wanting. That's what Mene Tekel means. You have been weighed and found wanting. I think that phrase has come up even in film a couple times. It's kind of like a ominous threat. Since that time, that phrase has now been placed on this deck. So like I said, you spend 25 bucks-ish down at Big Blind Media, you'll get the deck and you'll get the download. The download is about 12 videos. 12 videos, 45 minutes worth of instruction. They're gonna walk you through everything you need to know about this deck, and so that you can start making your own cool tricks with it. What it is, I don't have any problem telling you what it is, because it's like a Svengali deck, okay? So it's like a long and short deck, so you kind of already have to know what a Svengali deck is to understand what a Mene Tekel deck is. In a Svengali deck, you only have one force, right? So a lot of Svengali tricks you might do only once, because if you did it again, you'd still have the same force card. Whereas the Mene Tekel deck has 25 force cards. 25 force cards and the most easiest card control you've ever seen. So this is pairs of the same card. 25 pairs of the same exact card is what you're getting with this deck. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? You got Lee Montier in the Big Blind Media study, the library. He's gonna give you an intro, and he's gonna show you what the deck is, just like what we just talked about. And then you'll get several different tricks. And so the first two videos are how to display the deck. You wanna be able to show the deck completely as a normal deck, fanning across the table. And so he spends about 10 minutes showing you how to show the deck as a normal pack. There's even a second video in there called Pharaoh Display, where he shows a very fair spread of the entire deck on the table. However, you will have to use a perfect weave shuffle to put the deck back in order. You're then gonna get a long series of tricks, the first of which is an any card to any number from J.F. Oren. This is from the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks, and of course, it's an any card to any number trick. Then there's card to pocket, same thing, just like it sounds. Card is selected and it's found in your pocket. Coincidence by Glenn Gravitt. This is another trick from the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks. This uses a second deck and a glass. The spectator selects the same card with a free selection from both decks, and he'll have a red backed card and a blue backed card with the same face value found in the cup. This was my favorite trick out of all of them. The next one is a collector's trick. This uses 4 contrasting jokers. You can have 3 cards freely selected, either 3 spectators or just 1 person. Each one of those cards is lost in the deck, and the jokers go and find them. There's a mind reading trick where you just have a card selected and then you just, read their mind and decide what the card is. There's a pickpocket trick in here from J.F. Oren, also from the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks, where you put the entire deck in your pocket and you're able to pull from your pocket the cards named. He's going to teach you how to do a rising card. He's going to teach you how to do a sandwich effect. There's a self-shifting deck trick in here from Burling Hole, which is really just a card to the top of the deck move, similar to the ambitious card, where the card is selected, it's put back in the deck, you snap your fingers and it appears on top. And then the last one is a twins deck. This was inspired by Gemini twins. However, this one uses a modified deck that uses mates instead of duplicates. How much practice does it require? Hardly any. Like if you know Liam Montier, you know Big Blind Media and the relationship that they have, they try to put out material that is easy to do. I think the hardest thing on here is a double undercut. There might be a double lift in here somewhere, but really, really basic moves. And Liam's not gonna just mention something and move on. If he mentions something, he's gonna teach it to you. All right, so how much setup and reset is there? Well, of course, this is a deck stack, right? This is a deck stack. Some of these tricks keep the deck in order. Some of them, the deck gets out of order. So obviously, as cards are removed, you'll have to kind of go off stage and grab your cards and stick them back in and make sure that the deck is back together in order. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? The great thing is you get a deck, right? You get a deck and you get the instructions. So that's nice to have both of them together. And the Mene Tekel deck is a great forcing deck. It's a great forcing deck because it's self-working, right? It's completely self-working and it can be repeated. This is the downside of the Svengali deck, is you can't repeat it. You have this great gaff deck, but you can only use it once, right? Because you get the same force card again. And it's not easy to show on the table or in a spread or a fan, because you're always worried that the force card's gonna peek out. And you don't have to worry about that with the Mene Tekel deck. You're gonna get 25 different reveals with this deck. So yeah, it's great. And is it worth your money? Like I said, 25 bucks and you get a fully working gaff deck and 45 minutes worth of instruction from Liam Montier and Big Blind Media. Thumbs up. Who would like this? I think people that are still looking for easy magic to do, but maybe looking for a gaff deck that does a little bit more. You've played with Svengali, you maybe played with some others, and you're like, you know what, I want a gimmick deck, but I want something that's gonna give me a little bit more bang for my buck. You can do a lot more cooler tricks, I think, with this. Plus, I think the Mene Tekel becomes even more powerful when you combine it with other things, like what we talked about. Bringing in stranger cards or bringing in a second deck, I think that only kicks it up. There's so many different possibilities. Plus, I mean, the fact that they teach tricks in this from the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks, I would totally miss the boat if I didn't tell you that the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks has an entire chapter on tricks with the Mene Tekel deck. So if you're gonna pick this up, I would definitely pick up the encyclopedia as well, because there's gonna be a ton of tricks in there for you to learn. All right, that's everything I can say about the Mene Tekel deck project from Liam Montier, Big Blind Media. I, of course, wanna thank Big Blind Media for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it at bigblindmedia.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.